And here is the craziest top 10 list. The first 3 places are catastrophically bizarre, so stay until the end only if you have a strong stomach. 10. Unbelievable but true. Plush toy hotels. In Japan, even loneliness and nostalgia have become a business opportunity. People send their plush toys to a hotel with a proper check-in at the reception, photos of breakfast and of course a plush neck massage. The plushies are photographed by the window, in a kimono, with a cup of tea, while the owner at home receives the travel pictures. The idea is warm, but also totally creepy. Instead of a person going on a well-deserved vacation, he sends his emotion in the form of a stuffed toy. These hotels even have spa treatments for the plush toys, washing, sewing and lavender aromatherapy. Everything is, of course, documented as if they were real creatures. In the end, you realize that in Japan, a plush toy can have a better vacation than you. 9. Marriage with a hologram. How can you not? While the rest of the normal world is still trying to survive complicated relationships, the Japanese have said enough and married holograms. Yes, there are men who are legally married to cute anime characters. The holographic wife virtually cooks for them, talks to them and sparkles in the room while they sleep. She doesn't complain, she doesn't ask for an explanation of where you were and what you were doing, and she never forgets anything you said. A perfect virtual marriage by Japanese standards. These marriages are so popular that even collective weddings with virtual characters are also held. Romance of the future? Maybe, or just proof that the man of the 21st century no longer knows how to talk to a real human being without technology. There is no more, wife, where did you leave my socks? 8. A vending machine for everything you can imagine. Imagine that you need already worn underpants, coffee, eggs, bugs, and even a car, and you get it all from a vending machine. Welcome to Japan, a country where the vending machine is sacred. There are more of them than the population of some countries, and you can literally buy anything. From used socks, yes, you heard that right, to a fresh curry or a tie for a date you forgot. These machines are everywhere, on the mountain, in the subway, in the middle of the countryside, and they are full of surprises. The Japanese seem to have decided that man does not need friends, but an automaton who knows everything and has everything. In fact, if one day there was a machine that sold the meaning of life, the first one would appear right in Tokyo, between the machines for live crabs and hot banana soup. 7. Ice creams of various flavors, including fish. Forget vanilla and chocolate. In Japan, you can try octopus, squid, and even sardine ice cream. There are also variants with curry, seaweed and soy. The Japanese simply like to test the limits of taste and human endurance. Tourists are appalled, but the Japanese claim that it is a culinary adventure. If you survive the first spoonful, you might even find it tasty. They don't eat for pleasure, they eat for the shock. When in Japan they say they have come up with something totally new, prepare your stomach and be ready for anything. In Japan, it seems only the sky is the limit. 6. Companies hire criers. In a country where self-control is a religion, tears have become a luxury that you have to pay for. That's why companies hire so-called criers, professionals who come to funerals and sob for you and your relatives. They know all the tones of grief, from discreet sniffles to melodramatic hysteria. In some cases, they even give speeches about the deceased they didn't even know. The Japanese have turned it into an industry of emotions, because why grieve sincerely when you can pay someone to do it for you? Logically and ironically, in a country where everything works perfectly, even grief has to be organized. 5. Pushing passengers onto a crowded train. In Tokyo, a city of almost 20 million people, the subway is so packed that even sardines would want more space. That's why there are special employees tasked with physically pushing people into already crowded carriages. They're called oshiya, and their job is simple. Push as many bodies into as little space as possible. While the rest of the world struggles for privacy, the Japanese seem to have turned it into a necessary sporting discipline. People are literally breathing down each other's necks, and yet somehow everything works like a Swiss watch without people complaining. And no one swears, maybe because they can't open their mouths. 4. Fake funeral, while you're still alive. In Japan, you can experience your own funeral, and not metaphorically. Agencies organize the entire experience. You lie in a coffin, surrounded by candles, flowers and the tears of fake relatives. Of course, you'll also get a fake death certificate as a souvenir. The idea is to experience catharsis, to realize how much your life is actually worth. What a black comedy. Some participants claim that the experience supposedly reborn them, but realistically, if you need to be buried first to appreciate life, you may already be half dead inside. However, the Japanese are known for turning even the most serious things into a crazy ritual. For them, even dying has an aesthetic touch, because, of course, your death has to look elegant and minimalist. 3. Hiring family members. Loneliness in Japan has a market value. If you need a wife for a family celebration or a child for a photo, you can simply rent them. Agencies offer catalogs of family members, according to age, character, and tone of voice. Some clients rent the same daughter or father for years, creating bizarre relationships between acting and reality. Often these fake members start to feel real emotions towards their customers. Everything looks like a drama that no one records, but it takes place every day. While that sounds like the stuff of a dystopian novel, in Japan it's just another way to live a life, or at least hire one. Buy me, for $150 I'm all yours today. 2. An American song about nuclear bombs. In the 1950s, shortly after World War II, American singer Wanda Jackson released the song Fujiyama Mama about the atomic bomb. In America, the song went almost unnoticed, but in Japan it became, of course, a #1 hit and stayed at the top for 6 months. Yes, you heard it right, the country hit by nuclear bombs celebrated with a song about them. You can only understand this if you are a true Japanese, a member of a people who turned their tragedy into a symbol of strength. Ironically, a song about destruction became the soundtrack of resilience. While the rest of the world would have looked for scandal, Japan danced to a song about the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Perhaps this is the best proof that the Japanese are not from this planet. 1. Thematic cafe dedicated to toilets. Yes, there is a cafe in Japan where you eat from a toilet bowl and drink a drink from a mini urinal. It's called a themed experience. What a great idea. The walls are tiled, the tables are sinks, and dessert comes in the form of, guess what? Visitors enthusiastically post pictures of their brown ice cream in the form of excrement, because everything that is bizarre must be tried at least once. The Japanese love the limits of the absurd, and this cafe is a real monument to creativity that doesn't know when to stop. When you think that's the bottom, the waiter brings you a new toilet with whipped cream and a cherry. What would the children say now? If you don't leave a comment, you don't love your mom. People, subscribe, like and share, push the algorithm with me so that we can move forward slowly.